Welcome to WandaVision episodes 8, 7, 8. 8, that's it.
That's
James,
it.
what do you think about this episode?
I really liked it. I think it's the best one so far.
That's good then. I think, right, it's a good episode to watch. Entertaining, enjoyable, didn't really miss a beat.
No,
However,
not one wasted minute.
stuff to talk about, not really a huge amount.
It's a
Like,
recap
stuff
episode,
happens.
but a good
It's a
one.
recap episode that teaches us new stuff, but a lot of it is just rehashing old stuff that we knew.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, it answers the question of the hex finally, like properly. Even though we've known the answer, but we know how there was no deal, which everybody
Yeah.
thought there was, even me. It's the biggest display of power in a single episode.
It's the
Best performance
yeah.
of a lead.
It's a good. It's a well acted episode.
Yeah.
It is just. It is just.
It's a devastating episode, and I
Yeah.
don't know. And here's the thing: they've done their whole. They haven't gone the full way with it, but this is definitely the best example of resurrection.
See, it's a weird one. This because you're
Assuming that he will be by the end.
well, yeah, but Vision, yes, because that isn't resurrection in its true sense, is it?
Yeah, but even then, just going about the way
like I think the issue is in this series is like if they introduce the true resurrection, it would kill the MCU's kind of whole oh, Iron Man's dead. Like it ruins it because it's like, oh well,
it does
just
and it
bring it back then.
doesn't. Yeah, that's why it's not in the true sense. Like Vision has the luxury of being an android. No,
Yeah.
synthezoid.
So I think they will use the multiverse to do the whole if we want to bring a character back, they can.
But even
But
then,
it'll be
that's
different.
cheap. And then even then, that's cheap. I mean, but here's the thing with this one: like, they've now established before. I obviously going through the motions. Like, yes, it was Malcolm in the Middle. They were riffing on.
Referencing. I do
Bryan
love
Cranston's
right.
in the MCU. Bryan Cranston's in the MCU.
That is the one thing, though, isn't it? He can never appear now.
Hang
Ever.
on, never.
Ever.
They've referenced Nick Fury blatantly referenced Star Wars in Far From Home.
No, can't ever appear ever. No, that was right. That was the one issue that I noticed. I don't really like sitcoms, but I know Malcolm in the Middle was not around when Wanda Maximoff was a kid. You know,
1999.
Just saying.
Just go. Yeah, like why do they have to show it in the case in Sokovia when they could have just cut to her showing it at Avengers facility?
They didn't even have to show. They could have just shown the other ones. They didn't have to have that one in there. Like someone should have just gone. When's this set?
Yeah.
Like, should we take Malcolm in the Middle out of here? Like, just that might be a bit.
I
mean,
love
it would have been great if Modern Family would have been there. Like 1980s or whatever it is.
And then Ty Burrell just knocks on the window on the TV.
Oh God.
I'm Mephisto. Oh God.
Ty Burrell is Ralph. I mean, it would definitely get the hype up. It would, sure.
No, but I think with the case of like, I like that the simple explanation for the sitcoms. She just loves them, and it's not done. It's not cheesy or like, oh come on. It's actually quite nice. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's not like it's.
This was basically what everyone theorized was going to be the reason behind it. Like, yeah, she just loves them because otherwise it would have been messy. Like, because of some other reason, like.
But I think it is because with all the tragedy in her life, she'd just like it to just be a sitcom.
Well, yeah, because it's the
idealism.
What's the one thing she says about it? Is it hijinks or whatever?
Do you remember
at the
which?
start. No, when they're talking about like it's her and her dad, and they're talking about it, and then Pietro's like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's something happens, but it's funny." And it's like,
No,
I
is that when
can't.
they're talking about the Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yeah, I think it is.
She wanted to watch the Dick Van Dyke Show, season 2, episode 22.
But it's like the whole thing of, oh, this happen. It's a bad thing that happens, but it's all funny at the
Yeah, no,
end.
because it's always a dream in the end.
Yeah, and
Mm,
no. Before that, I can't remember what it is, but essentially, she wants to be in this world of no consequences,
mm.
where like even
But
if
the
stuff
world's
goes
asking you,
wrong,
you just have consequences. Like,
well, like, think about it. In episode 1 of this series, she messes up a lot, and yet it still goes right at the end,
yeah.
which is really it. It's hijinks, I
It's not
suppose.
even consequences.
What's the word?
It's just the able of security that they can all go home at the end of the day.
Except for Bryan Cranston, who is dead now. He
Yeah, but
got
the thing is,
crushed by
Malcolm in the
a
Middle
thing.
and even The Office, they're all terrible people.
Yeah,
Like at
yeah.
least with the older ones, they're all quite probably nice people. But like all the
Well,
family in Malcolm in the Middle are like
can you say
horrendous.
that about the older ones? I
There's
mean,
literally a joke.
might be a
There's
little
literally,
bit racist and sexist.
yeah, but they even joke about that. But like
Yeah,
Bryan Cranston and Malcolm in the Middle, come on, like he was literally there's a joke saying like he's trying like no, I'm not gonna say, I'll tell you after.
this is where we find out that he is Ralph. I
Imagine,
mean,
imagine that.
that'd be the most meta thing they've done. Like, show the guy on the screen, and next episode he's in the episode.
And it's in the
Actually,
Breaking Bad universe, and
actually,
Giancarlo
yeah,
Esposito comes in on a wheelchair. Um,
that means that Bryan Cranston exists in the MCU
yeah,
as a as an actor,
yeah.
which
Same with
means
Dick
that
Van Dyke.
yeah,
That
that's
makes sense.
confusing then, isn't it? They've just kind of, if they go into it a bit too like much, they might cut off other actors entering.
Well, look, they've referenced a show with one of the actors from one of their films, Ty Burrell, but not the same way.
I
They explicitly show Bryan Cranston's an actor.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston shows up. It's like if you were to hint, like if someone made a reference to Breaking Bad,
Mm. But let's
we
just say
can
if
kind of
they're watching
assume
The
it's the
Office,
same.
imagine if they were watching The Office and they were having a Steve Carell moment. Then Steve Carell said, "I'm Mephisto. I'm going to take the identity of the person, just a person off TV."
Oh, that'd be great.
See, I can see him do that. Like, but no, like I think it's Vision is just didn't Paul Bettany look a bit fat in that scene?
Which one? The one where
When
he's
he's
sat on
talking
the.
to Wanda on the bed.
He looks a bit. He doesn't.
That's their
He's not
first
in
time.
full costume.
No,
That's the funny
they
thing.
just put a jumper on.
Yeah,
But no, that's the first time that was the first night she spent at Avengers Compound, wasn't it?
with him supposedly. Hmm.
No, I think no. It's because because Pietro's just died.
Oh yeah, he has died. Let's bring him back.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing. That's the funny thing. Like I want them to bring Aaron Taylor Johnson back because he's a good actor and he
yeah,
deserved better in the MCU.
yeah.
I watched Age of Ultron like last week, the other day, whatever, and it's so bad. His death, like why?
It's like we have to make it look like that. We've got stakes.
But he dies so late. It doesn't matter. It's
It's
not
yeah.
like a kind of oh my
No,
god,
it's
first
not
attack
in the
and we
meaningful.
like
It's like it's not the nail in the coffin death either. Like that
no.
scene in Endgame. It's like oh, it just happened in the third act.
See, Quicksilver dying would have been better had it been like, oh my god, he saves the world. He kills Ultron, and then he dies as a result of
Yeah.
it. But
But here's the thing: you can have a meaningless death and it still be impactful because it's meaningless. Well, they live for nothing. Like you can still do that way.
I know,
Not
but
everything
this
has
one
to
was
be.
just so
Not everything
bad.
has to be ceremonious.
Yeah, but he should come back for the multiverse. I think
Mm,
big
but
old
that's
bearded.
Yeah,
Pietro.
but that's also the thing with the whole when they went back to Hydra base with that whole Scarlet Witch thing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they did that, and I was like, oh, this is it now. This is where he comes. If he comes in at any point, this is where he comes in. Do you know what I mean?
They
But
they lingered at the end of that scene,
yeah,
and I was like, is Pietro going to walk through that door?
yeah,
Like,
but this is like the moment where I think, okay, this is where the TV showness budget shows in
yeah.
this thing, because it's very much like that's clearly not the Sokovian base, and like these are just two random doctors, and there's not the scientist from Age of Ultron. There isn't Strucker.
See, I saw a leak that said Strucker was in it, and I was like,
This
I
is
don't
it.
believe that. I don't believe that. And then I saw it, and I was like, it's just a bald dude. This is literally it. It's not
Yeah.
Strucker. It's just a bald guy. Like someone, so someone basically saw a screenshot and went, "Oh look, it's Strucker. He's bald." Like leaps. It's just what the fans of this show. That's the one thing I will say that's pissed me off about this. The fans who have just kept clinging to shit theories.
Like Mephisto was a solid one, but this
Mephisto's a
episode,
solid one
but this
because of the
episode
fact
killed
that,
it. But this episode killed it
yeah, well,
completely.
it did, but it also didn't really
Well, but they
because of the
still
fact
hint
that,
at Ralph
yeah, because
again.
Ralph is somebody.
Yeah,
So
he has been mentioned way too many times not to, and Ultron has been mentioned many times. I think that this is one chance where he can be in.
um, oh, what was it? I can't remember what it is, but you know the things where it's like, oh, this character like shape changes through different people, and then like, oh look, it's me. You remember me, I'm this person. So it's, oh look, it's Evan Peters, and he shape changes to Ultron,
Yeah.
and then it's like whatever, that kind of thing. I think that would be it. Like Ultron is there for like, I don't know, 10 seconds max.
Is it?
It's like one line.
We don't know how White Vision's going to speak.
That was the thing I said, wasn't it, the other day?
Yeah.
That James Spader could be the voice of White Vision. I bet it's just gonna be Paul Bettany, but
Yeah. Well, he's the
you know,
cameo, isn't he? He's the actor he's always wanted to work with.
no, right. In terms of what he was saying, yes. In terms of what like Tayona Paris was saying, no. Like the engineer, we have not met that person yet.
But then again,
So
knowing that the next episode is only 15 minutes, I could see them that army officer being the engineer.
I couldn't, because of the way she hyped it. It was like, you know what you're doing. Why would you hype someone if it doesn't matter? If it's a nobody,
Because people
like,
keep on watching.
no, I know, but then it's like everyone's hyped, everyone's hyped, everyone's hyped. Where was that then? And it's like, it kind of rubs people the wrong way if they do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it.
I think yeah, he was on about himself, but I
Yeah,
think
he
the
clearly was
cameo
on about
is like,
himself. Like,
I think we're having two big cameos probably of Mephisto or Mephisto, Nightmare, whoever, and then the engineer. So
yeah, and I think
who
Doctor
knows?
Strange is most likely a post-credit scene in the next episode,
I
because
don't, I don't
even
think he's in this,
at all.
yeah, at all.
But do you think it'll end with her walking to Bleecker Street?
I could see that, but I'm not sure. Like that might be a bit weird.
It might be, but it's just like because they've got a million and one things to do, and I think I think the real battle between her and Agatha has ended, because Agatha's whole thing, it wasn't like she just wanted to know how this happened,
She wants the power.
and that. Well, actually, no, does she?
Uh,
We know that honestly, what a great character introduction. It's not a character introduction; it's more of a character origin. But that origin's brilliant because it doesn't jingle on like how she started to learn the magic. We just know that she did, and we
Well,
know that's her
see,
mum. We know that's we know where the Yo Magic thing comes from now.
yeah,
That's the Yo Magic stuff.
I just find it a bit weird. Like they have the whole, oh, it's your mum. It's like I get it, but
I think it's to show how bad what she has done is.
she's not even in control. That's the thing. Well, she is when she kills her mum because obviously she like moves her hands and all that stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But like the other witches, it doesn't look like she's like in control.
No, but if you notice with the color, like they're firing purple, blue beams at her, then purple, then the beams become purple.
So here's my theory:
That's just the theory, a game
Agatha,
theory.
Agatha is like Caecilius. I think it is, isn't it? From Doctor Strange. She has
Yeah,
purple magic because she's basically a student of Dormammu. But because of how she's accessing the power, she doesn't do the like weird black eye thing.
yeah,
So basically, she's kind of under his control, and I think we could have her like get released. You know?
yeah. I mean, I think the real fight between her and Agatha's ended because I think it's gonna be between Wanda and Sword. I think that's the real
Yeah.
fight,
But who
especially
is that
now.
rabbit?
Especially now, yeah. I don't know. I think the rabbit is someone.
The rabbit is someone because of the way like they posted right on I think it was Instagram or Twitter might be. They posted the image of uh what was the line? It was like she's shocked to see the real us, and she's holding the rabbit. It's like the word us
Mm.
is just a bit weird, and the way the rabbit eats the insect as
Yeah,
well.
I'm just googling. Agatha Harkness's rabbit is called Senior Scratchy.
Yeah, and I know people have said like old scratch to the devil. It's like,
Yeah,
I think that could be a like misleading kind of thing. Like, oh, we got you there, didn't we?
yeah, because as they got a lot to do, they got to conclude Evan Peters. They got. I think. Does Monica have a proper display of her powers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fighting against the White Vision. Do you know what I've just thought of? Right.
Well,
So
Vision's
we
gonna
are
fuse with White Vision.
no. We're thinking that White Vision is going to take like Vision and
Yeah.
like merge. What if the rabbit has a consciousness inside of it that goes into White Vision? So Mephisto or whatever is in the White Vision's body, and
Nah.
it's like Paul Bettany is the main villain.
Nah. They want the whole. Do you think series will conclude by doing the whole Ninth Doctor Everybody Lives? Because
Uh,
she like is like this is the one time when they could do resurrection and it actually like no, it'll be too much to just have it all happen again.
I don't know because it's like I
You
trust
genuinely don't know.
I trust that like if they do, they'll do
Mm.
it right. If they don't, they'll do
Yeah,
it right still.
I
They're
think
not
either
going to mess
way,
up.
they know how this. That's the thing. Like, does Wanda team up with Agatha?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like maybe she kind of gets broken
Because Agatha
from like
screams like a
the
Loki
connection or something.
character. Agatha seems like a character that could hold her own TV, like her own thing.
Yeah,
Like,
she seems like a recurring character, not a
oh,
one
please
and
don't get
done
rid of her.
show.
No, please do not get rid of her. She's got so much to do. But no, I think I could see Agatha teaming up with Wanda just this one time. And did you like the whole Suicide Squad moment?
Uh,
This is
what?
chaos magic. You're the Scarlet
Oh,
Witch.
oh, that see that bit. I was like,
it,
that's
they
clearly
get it.
written to be like that, you know.
Yeah, it's not as
But
bad as Suicide Squad. It's not. Suicide Squad's like iconically bad.
I know I know how to avoid writing lines like that because it's so easy to write a line like that, like, "Oh, it is the power. You are Steve."
Yeah, and,
Like,
and
it
and
just
you can
doesn't
tell it's the
matter.
dramatic. You can even tell in the script like it's very dramatic music intensifies. Um, it's not like an exposition scene, like explaining how the universe happened, is it?
No, I love it because it's like it's clearly a nod to the fans more than anything. Because Wanda has no clue what it is. You're the Scarlet Witch. It's like, who? What?
It's just like
Where?
what? He just
Who's the
ends.
Scarlet
Just ends.
Witch?
It just ends. He goes, you know what? Um,
That just the next episode starts with her going, What the hell's that?
no.
I'm Wonder, mate.
I don't even want to have a big action finale. I thought it would do it, but I don't think they're going to now. Well, I
I
think they
think we're gonna
will.
have like we need a very minimal, action heavy kind of thing because it
Yeah,
has to be story. Like
they've.
this has heart.
Yeah, they've really like. No, there's been no fight scene really in this series up to this point, and including this point, not one.
I just thought the closest we got was Monica versus Wanda,
And
but that
that's more
wasn't a
like,
fight scene. That was just a
yeah,
pushing away and then rah
yeah.
angry. Like it wasn't much, was it?
And nobody's complained for the lack of action because the story's been so good.
I love that. Just it went from people complaining about it's too action heavy, like in the MCU, like it's just fight scenes. Age of Ultron, okay, to bring that back up, Age of Ultron is not a very good film, realistically. It's all right, but it's not like
It didn't
it's
justify
not
it didn't justify its existence well enough.
no.
Then
But my biggest issue with it is it's like 80% fight scenes that just don't matter. It's just really boring to watch.
it's like the first. It's like the first one doesn't actually have many fight scenes. First
No,
one
it's
does.
very much
It's
talking.
building up till the third act, and it earns the third act very well. But
Age of Ultron's just like, aha, Ultron's here. No,
what?
Ultron's gone.
Steve Rogers
Aha.
strangles a robot. Um,
Oh, right. The greatest thing about Age of Ultron, Sam Wilson is at the party
yeah,
and disappears.
till the end of the film.
He just leaves. Like, where'd he go? He
But
was there a minute ago.
he's gonna look for Bucky. But then Civil War starts, and they're not looking for Bucky. Um,
Just that is the big thing. That's the issue. That's the one question I want WandaVision to answer. Where was Sam?
mm, but no, that's the thing though. Like, because I think it will be Sword versus it will be Wanda versus Sword because Haywood is more of a villain now. After we
Oh yeah,
find out
the
what he
way
can,
they set him up as the villain in the last episode.
and they have done
Like,
for a while, but like, how great is how he manipulated everyone into thinking that
now see, that's the thing. Because if we had seen that she did what he said, then yeah,
explicitly.
like then we'd have been like, oh damn, he was actually like right.
Yeah, but
But
when she didn't, I was like, oh, like that's like this changes everything that we've seen up to this point, and this is why
yeah,
we do weekly shows. This would
weekly
be the
shows.
terrible weekly episodes. This is why like it would have been terrible to binge.
I would have, yeah.
Moments
See,
like that would have been terrible. Would have fallen completely not flat, but they would have. It would have fallen like it wouldn't be as impactful as that moment would have been had it been binged. We binged this because I would have binged this in a weekend.
this is the thing. Like, WandaVision's great. Falcon and Winter Soldier really needs to like
I think it
match
will
this.
be because they had the option. They wanted to make series. They didn't have to make Falcon with Soldier a series. They could have made a Captain America film. So I assume they chose like Loki. I have no worries about now. I have no worries about Loki because I think
Oh
Loki
yeah.
is going to do everything this one did.
I mean, not gonna lie, I had no worries about that at all because it's Tom Hiddleston. Like,
Yeah, but it
you
is
know,
also another thing. You can't say, oh, he chooses good stuff because he literally owes his entire career to Loki.
he's a good actor. So, that's
No,
why
oh, he's
I say
great.
it.
Yeah, no, but also like I think he will always come back to Loki. Is what I'm trying to say. Doesn't as long as Loki's in it, he'll always be there because he owes everything to that role. Is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. I think
It's
it'll be
like,
good because I think because there's a healthy amount of mystery to it. I think Loki would be fine too.
see, when's Doctor Strange releasing? Next year, isn't it?
March, May,
Next year. When's Loki coming out? This year, isn't it?
11th of June.
So what if it there is that image in the trailer where it's like, oh, it's the devil.
Yeah,
If it is Mephisto, they have a hell of a lot of time to set up Mephisto massively.
yeah.
Like they have what if as well. Like that was the one way they could do it. If they make it and they say like, oh yeah, you want to know more about Mephisto? Watch What If. Like they could do that, and honestly, people would do that. People would watch it.
Mm, no, but that's like another reason for like this series for being a weekly, and they're going to go weekly now. This like because it's been plodded out and that pacing that you have the time to digest an episode, which is what we're doing right now for all two people who listen to this.
Yeah,
And it's just like had like is it you think she gets tipped off after she leaves Sword? You think she's been tipped off,
yeah.
but it's worse than that.
I.
It's worse than that. It's so sad.
Ugh. This episode, man,
It was really good.
yeah, it's really good. I'm hyped for the finale, but I'm conscious of time.
Yeah, I'm conscious. I've got nothing more to say. It was just too
Yeah,
goodness. I just love it how I'll tell you one thing. I just like it how that like they realign the context of a pivotal scene, and
yeah,
they all the difference was is that you just hear them talking. Nothing changes. Nothing's been changed. The same stuff you saw then, you just see it a different way. Like I don't know, it's good. It's good at a bit of perspective. But
yeah.
but Haywood clearly wants Wanda because she can make vibranium.
And that'll do it for this episode,
Yeah,
chaps. See you next week for the last one of these. Then we'll be back 2 weeks after that, I think, for
coming
Falcon and
to
Winter Soldier,
America.
isn't it?
If we want
Oh,
to do Falcon and Winter Soldier.
yeah, I think we should to
Okay.
keep this up. um, yeah, come to America on Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday. Whenever I put that out, I don't know. Haven't done it yet. See ya.